Hey everyone, today I want to talk about art. Humans share this universal language that transcends time and borders. Our capacity for expression through art is limitless. Food and music are two of my favorite ways to enjoy art. I love to eat and I love to listen to good music. It has been an absolute delight to be engaged with the dining and dancing scene in Boone, North Carolina. I love the connectedness and liveliness that food and music bring to the town every evening. The culture of our community depends on it. I have fears, however, that modern society as a whole is turning away from our local cultures and succumbing to the consumerism enabled by mass media and corporations. Quick food options and unlimited mainstream music have their merits, but they are threatening to the culture that is local food and music. Local music and venues where it can be performed and enjoyed aren't as common as they once were. If you wanted to hear good music in the 90s, you would go downtown to a bar or a restaurant or go to a local record store and buy some CDs. Today you can listen to endless digital tracks online without leaving your house. Widespread music distribution is faster than it's ever been, and this is not necessarily a bad thing. The ability to share and spread artistic ideas through the internet is not a problem. The problem is that we forget our own cultural identities. We trade our ideals and values for those manifested in popular culture. Mainstream music is accessible and fun to listen to, but the big-name artists we all know and love are controlled by corporate record labels whose primary aim is to make money. And art shouldn't be driven by money, it should be driven by imagination and creativity and culture. In a book discussing different types of music scenes, Richard Peterson says that music becomes part of a creative process whereby members of a particular local scene construct shared narratives of everyday life. This is what art is about. Expressing and sharing ideas and imaginations in ways not bound to the quotas of consumerism and capitalism. Music should be less of a product and more of its art form. And true creativity starts with the local dreamers. I watched a nice film recently called Julia and Julia. Julie goes against the middle-class lifestyle of efficiency and busyness. She makes time to cook complex meals, arranges her budget to include good ingredients, and makes time to share her food and experiences with others. Julie needed something in her life, an outlet to be creative. I believe this is a fundamental need of all humans. Our need for expression through some medium is universal. And I think we can learn a lot from watching the liveliness and tenacity of farmers markets. Our need for community can be overshadowed and undermined by our demanding, fast-paced culture. Maybe we rarely have time to cook, or maybe going to a gig on a weeknight isn't practical. But when economy and social status take priority over creativity and relationships, a true problem can arise. Michael Pollan, writer of Cooked, explores the creative and relational value of cooking meals for one's family or community. The health benefits and emotional benefits he presented made me want to get into the kitchen and cook something real. The sense of ownership and accomplishment that comes with creating something is good for us. And there's so much culture to be found in a local meal. The unique produce, traditional prep methods, and seasoning preferences are all part of the experience that tell you you're eating something local. The experiences and relationships we have over food and music is what makes them so universally important. It defines where we're from and contributes to who we are. Including time in our lives for real food and real music may seem difficult, even impractical, but I say it comes down to a matter of priority. What's the most important thing in your life?
I gotta get back and do something.
Once you've been doing shows for a while here, you start to really develop good relationships with everybody.
I've had the pleasure of visiting several local concerts that are brimming with personality and genuine love for music. Here's some of the culture I got to enjoy.
He turned around, he looked down at me and he said, "Boy, if you want to learn to play the banjo, you will."
So how does one engage in local food and music culture? It's true, it can be hard to find a place to eat a 100% local meal, and maybe even harder to define what a local food is exactly. Places like Stick Boy and Farm Cafe are good places to start, however. When grocery shopping, it's not always practical to buy the fresh, local, costly options. The people who want good groceries obviously want it more, and they value it higher. Working class citizens are somewhat excluded, and are finding it increasingly difficult to afford wholesome groceries. This problem on our hands calls for a fight we fully haven't taken on yet, but there is hope. There are people who still care about the future of the earth and the livelihood of their culture. There are lots of progressive movements, such as the Watauga Seed Library, High Country Community of Gardens, Slow Food USA, Farm to School movements, Farm Cafe, the JAM program, Airbnb's Music Experience Initiative, and Reckless Arts Gallery here in Boone. These organizations are driven by a mission to grow culture and relationships within community. Fighting for local culture is a fight worth fighting because it affects all of us whether we realize it or not. Protecting and participating in movements like these will help keep us human. If we sell out our culture, we sell out our humanity. Let's engage in viable and sustainable ways to stay local and stay real.